Okay, how many people crave primarily sweets? Okay, so that looks like 60. How many people crave primarily carbohydrates? Okay, and how many people crave primarily fatty, salty foods? Okay, so let's start with the majority, the sweets. What does sugar do to you? I.e., why is it once you have one cookie, there are no more boundaries? Right? The boundaries disappear. No matter how much your mind says, I had one, I shouldn't keep going, stop. And the other part says, but one more, I need it, I want it, it's so yummy. All right, so first of all, when you eat sugar and sugar products, and how do I define it? First, of course, are the really obvious: cake, candy, cookies, ice cream. But then there are all the unobvious. Fruit juice has a fair amount of sugar. Dried fruit has a fair amount of sugar. And tons of products that you think of as healthy. You know, people come to me and they say, oh, I eat a really healthy breakfast. You know, they don't feel bad about that. They might say, I'm eating too much pasta at night, but my breakfast is perfect. I say, that's interesting. And they have a cereal which is organic, which has omega-3 added to it, which is whole grains, which is low in calories, minimal fat. All that sounds pretty healthy, doesn't it? Except to make it tasty, it's very, very sweetened. Or they eat yogurt, no fat, low fat, added with acidophilus yogurts, which in turn have a lot of sugar in them. So, I call a sugar product anything per item over 4 grams of sugar. Why 4? Because if you open up one packet of sugar at Starbucks, at Restaurant A, at a coffee shop, that's only 4 grams of sugar. So if I had a cup of coffee this large, and I put a teaspoon of a packet of sugar, no one would think anything of it, would you? You wouldn't pay attention. If I put 2, you wouldn't. If you saw someone sitting next to you putting 10 packets or 6 packets of sugar as something like this, you'd say, God, that person's a little weird. And then if you drank 2 of them with 12, so where does that happen? It happens in a lot of the sweet fruit juices. It happens in most of the yogurts. And it happens in tons of organic cereals. Remember, organic doesn't tell you what actually is in the product. Okay? So now you have what you believe is a healthy breakfast. A glass of orange juice, organic flaxseed cereal, and a blueberry muffin. Or you have a blueberry muffin the other day. Or you have a no-fat strawberry yogurt. I mean, how bad can that be? It's no fat. It's only 100 calories. What's the problem? The problem is sugar interacts with your blood in a very specific way. And what does it affect most? It affects most, sadly, how you think and feel. So you have a high sugar breakfast. An hour and a half later, or that first hour and a half, you really feel great. You can do your day, whatever you have to do in the morning. But the problem is, approximately an hour and a half later, to prevent your body from having your blood sugar rise too rapidly, your pancreas has to secrete more insulin. Your blood sugar then falls rapidly. And what happens when your blood sugar level falls rapidly? You're tired. You're irritable. You crave something else. Now it's 10:30 in the morning. What are you going to grab? A carrot? Unlikely. A piece of chicken at 10:30 in the morning? Also unlikely. You're more likely to grab either another sugar, a donut, a little chocolate candy, or a high carbohydrate snack. There's the bagel sitting there. A bagel which used to be 160 calories and now is 400 calories. So you give your body more starch. Okay. So what happens when, you do this one day, it's not a big deal. But the problem with sugar is I define it not as a food, as a legal addictive drug. If the sugar industry sees me, they'll probably try to take me down tomorrow morning. What do I mean by a legal addictive drug? Clearly, sugar is totally legal, i.e. you can buy it anywhere. Not only can you buy it anywhere, but you can barely think of 10 minutes anywhere in your life you can't get it. Where is sugar? It's at schools, it's at hospitals, it's at the workplace, it's at the office, it's at the home, it's at the gas station. So wherever you go, we're never far from our addictive pattern. So, the more you eat sweets, the more your body craves them. The more you give in, the more you want them some more. Now this sounds really simple. Everyone can write it down. Some people probably say, oh, I know this already. But knowing it and actually managing it or doing it in a day-to-day way is totally, totally different. You know, I've been doing this in DC for 25 years, and I've seen thousands of people probably. And people come to me and they are shocked when I say, do not eat anything over 4 grams of sugar. And they say in their brain, I can't do this. That's just impossible. And they freak, like, how can I live without that orange juice in the morning? I've been having it, I'm 50, and I've been having it since I've been 10. Or I love this cereal, or I've got to have that muffin on the way to the office. Or I can never resist the Hershey's Kiss. And I say, look, this is not about calories. And sometimes people even say, well, you know what? I don't have that much. I just have 2 little Hershey Kisses. I look it up, it's only 50 calories. How bad can it be? And I say it actually is bad. Why is it bad? Not because it has 50 calories, which is pretty much the same as a small apple. It's what that does to you and how it sets up the cycle of wanting either more sugars or more carbohydrates, even if it's